Welcome to your Power Hour for, what is today's date?
November 3rd.
Okay. With Claire, Katie, and I am substituting for my wife because she's very upset about the Blue Jays.
She's so sad.
I'm so sad. Is anyone else sad in this room? That was a great game, though. Great season. Vladdy, if you're watching, I love you so much. I'm so sorry.
Definitely tuning into the meeting, definitely.
But, hey, man, his emotions were all on the field. I think that was probably one of the best World Series I've ever seen, and I think everyone keeps saying the same thing. So, even though we're all sad, I think everyone should also be happy for the season, and we'll be back next year. And house prices are still about to go up, by the way, right now. We're all okay.
Perfect. Did any of you guys go to the game? Or go to the, oh yeah. Our family was funny actually because we all have some crazy uncles in the US and they said if we lost Friday, they were flying in. And what was it, Saturday morning? It became, I feel like we were on the family amazing race because Sanak and Carly were coming in from Mexico. Yeah. Our uncle flew in from New York, or drove in from New York, and another uncle flew in from Florida. Yeah. We had no plans. And then our youngest sister saw someone on Instagram that was selling those $15 tickets to Scotiabank Center that had 6 of them. So like all of a sudden we had a plan and it was very interesting, but really cool.
Really cool. Like even like I feel like the Scotiabank was actually a lot of
Scotiabank
fun.
Was a lot of fun actually, yeah. There was no team in front of us or anything, but it was like watching it on a big screen at a bar, but with seats and it was nice.
It was good. So that's okay.
So just so you know, people actually bought. I guess you scalped tickets, right?
My buddy had tickets. Canadian Down and Feather. Thank you very much, Ashwin. Yeah, we got really lucky. Got to take my uncle, Uncle Paul, my second favorite uncle.
Holding it again.
I love you.
So yeah, that quiet weekend turned into not a very quiet weekend.
I'm on no sleep. Even the 18 innings. Oh my god, this is.
Yeah.
I'm on no sleep for the last week.
Could you imagine being a player though? Everyone was so tired just from watching and like in bed, and imagine being a player and playing till that time and then continuing to play.
Could you think of someone who's been drinking nonstop for the last 6 weeks?
Who did it better?
I did. Even on the resort in Mexico, everyone started calling me Mr. Canada because I just kept wearing this. Also, I'm going to wash this today. I haven't washed this since September.
Ew, that's what the smell is.
But even being in Mexico in another country, watching the games at the sports bar was phenomenal. I felt like the country came together, and whatever, it's all good.
Yeah.
Next year.
Maybe next year.
Or actually, Raptors is next. So, Carly, I'm really sorry.
Perfect.
Good.
All right.
Did everybody watch the game? Did anybody not watch the game?
Morel, you didn't watch the game? Morel.
You didn't even mention my name.
Oh, sorry.
Called her right out.
This is why we lost.
It was fun though.
It was fun.
That's fun.
Hopefully that I don't know how the Leafs doing so far.
Not great, but they won. They won on Saturday.
How about the Argos?
Argos.
Nobody watches the Argos. Nobody. Okay.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills won yesterday, though.
So.
Back to real estate?
Back to real estate. Back to work.
All right, back to work.
I'm back to work.
Okay, so open houses. Anybody do any open houses on the weekend?
I got Michael to do an interesting one. So we had that listed in May. It was a big house in Brampton, 4,600 square feet. We were listed at 1.889 for 3 months. We delisted in September. We had an offer during that time, but last week the seller asked, hey, can we get that offer back? That buyer had already bought, so we decided to put it back up on Tuesday. And we had 8 showings so far, and we did actually decrease the price a lot, so we're at 1,589 now. But we had 8 showings booked, and then we had 6 people at the open house on Saturday, surprisingly.
So the price drop helped.
Helped a lot.
So you did 1.8 and you dropped to 1.5 something, and then what's your target still?
I think where we're at is a good price, but I can see people going lower. So I'm just going to do another check this weekend, but that area's been kind of slow though, because
So you think 158 is the actual price?
I think think it's going to be lower. But
Okay.
I don't think like the traction we're getting and the questions we're getting isn't bad right now.
And how many, in the open house was good then?
Yeah,
How many
6 people. I thought that was
One
productive.
day? One day?
Yeah, 1 day. We only did 1 day.
Anybody else open houses? No? Yep.
Yeah, Saturday, yeah, Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday on that big property?
Yeah, on the big one. Yeah.
You want to talk about your big property? And then what is it? It's how much? What's the price on that?
So I dropped the price right now. It's at 3.7.
3.7, and you were at what before?
3.9.
3.9, 3.7. Did it make any difference when you dropped the price?
No, nothing.
Okay. And how about the open house?
Lots of people they came like around like 8 groups.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So every single person that is coming to the house, they really like they love the house, but regarding the offer, nothing.
They just don't have money.
They're just like fake
What,
buyers.
what neighborhood is that?
Young and Steels.
Young and Steels.
Did you have to pick up any buyers there, no? Or potential buyers, no?
Yesterday, one Chinese family they came to the house, open house, and exactly their neighbor in the back, okay, and they want to buy something for their daughter. She's moving from downtown, and they were interested, and they said that they're gonna come with her husband to see it one more time.
Okay.
And there is another lady. She's an agent. She's living in the area, and she wants to buy for herself. She came already like 6 times.
Oh my.
6 times.
6 times she came in the open houses, and every single time she's coming, and she gives me an offer for like $3 million.
Oh. For verbally.
Yeah.
6
But out of
times.
curiosity, are you getting any other people verbally offering anything?
No.
That's my problem. Because same thing with this Brampton one. Like, I think it's priced high, but still, like,
I called
verbally.
all of them. I am calling
Yeah.
everyone, and so they are saying that no, we're gonna wait to see what's gonna happen to the market. We think that the market is gonna drop. So when do you want to actually bring down more price? I said, excuse me. So what are you talking about? And I said that, no, we are waiting to see what's gonna happen to the market.
Yeah.
No.
That's a tough price point there, 3 mil. Interesting.
Anybody else? No? I know somebody did an open house at Valley Farm and Highway 2.
We got in a little bit of trouble for it.
Does anybody know, I'm not sure about Markham, but anybody remember the open house rules for Ajax? We talked about Ajax quite a bit. Anybody remember what Ajax rules were for open houses?
No signs.
All right? No signs except for on the property itself, right? Well, now Pickering has the same rules,
Kind of.
kind of. So we got.
I think our problem was,
Valley Farm is not Pickering.
yeah. Pickering, Brock Road.
Well,
That is Pickering.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, no.
Brock is the border, right? So.
So we got a photo sent to us. It's one of our older open house directional signs. So I'm sure there was some issues with it. Just stating, or I guess the beginning of the mistake is when you guys are doing open houses, you have to have the address and the time and the date of the open house. So if you guys are just putting out those directional signs with just arrows, like I guess in Pickering at least, probably every city to be honest, you have to have the address and you have to have the time and the date of the open house. So if you guys are going to be doing directionals, don't just put them out. I guess it's hard to see. You're not going to get in trouble because there's no address or anything, so it's hard for us to know even who did it.
Yeah, so just so you know, when you use the office signs, this here's an office sign, you know, those
Yeah.
plastic bags, and we use this kind of funky looking arrow, and the arrow's it's a big arrow. I don't know if we've got one here or not. Anyways, it's a big arrow with thing on it, and what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to type out the address and the time of the open house and tape it inside that arrow. And that's why it's a funky looking big arrow. It looks kind of goofy, but
Yeah.
it's there for you to.
We make it big enough so you guys can print out that information for it. So was that the main problem with it? They send us the rest of the rules on it, but there is some rules when you guys are doing Pickering signs. The size of it has to be 1 square meter. I think our signs are fine that way. You can't erect a real estate sign at any location other than the property. So that's the for sale sign. I think that one's obvious. This is the one Claire and I were I guess if you are at least 0.5 hectares in size, you can have no more than 1. And then if you are bigger, you can only have 2 signs. So if you have a little bit of a bigger lot. For the open house signs, again, maximum size is 1 square meters. No person shall do more than 8 open house signs. So those directional signs, you can't have more than 8 in connection with that open house. We get this question a lot. It has to be between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So if you guys are hosting an open house Saturday and Sunday, you can't leave the signs overnight. Otherwise, by law, they'll just come take it. They're not gonna. You can't go get it back. So if you want to leave it, you can risk it. I guess that's kind of the beauty of the cheaper open house directional signs. You can risk it and leave it there. But the bylaw officers are working on the weekend, so they will just take it and throw it out.
So what I'm concerned about, if you're using the plastic bag ones, those are what, $5 each or something, $10 each?
Yeah.
$8 each, right? And we did those bags on purpose so that you just, you can put it out there and you can.
It's not like a $200 sandwich board.
But I know a lot of agents have vanity open house signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go here. So.
Yeah, there's our open house one that you guys get.
So you see that big ugly arrow? That's where you're supposed to put in the address and the time.
Yeah. So you can print it.
And you're not going to write right on the bag because then it's going to be, unless you're going to.
And you can't reuse it.
You can't reuse it, right? So you just tape something to it.
Yeah.
But some agents have their fancy signs. You've got your $100
Sandwich board.
$50 sandwich board with your picture on it and so on and so forth and fancy. If it's in Ajax or Pickering and you put your signs out on public property and you go pick up your signs and they're gone, that's because the city picked them up.
And you can't get them back. They don't care. I don't even think they charge. I think they just say, sorry, we took it.
I know people have gotten it back. They found out where they dumped them in the ground. So
Yeah, exactly.
there are ways. But anyway, so just be careful out there that they want. What are they saying? They want it has to be on public land.
So it says no person shall erect a real estate open house sign at any location other than entirely on private property or on a boulevard at least 3 meters from another sign for the same listing. So you can't have a bunch of them together.
So
But it has to be on
private. For sale sign on the property, you can have your open house sign on the boulevard.
On a boulevard, yeah.
Anyways, we're just telling you what the rules are. You guys figure it out from there. Right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So who sent it? Is somebody
This is from the city. No, the city. We got.
We got an email from the city of
got a-
Pickering saying you violated it with a photo of the open house sign. We don't know whose it is, and I bet they got in trouble because it looks like it's on the public property, but there's no time or date or address or anything, so I'm sure that was probably the main thing, and then we just got a reminder of all the rules.
So you know how City of Richwatil allows you to have your open house sign if you pay them on a monthly basis?
Huh?
You could have as of Friday night till like Sunday night out on a public, public portion.
Like overnight, you mean?
Yeah, overnight.
You have to pay for it?
You pay for it on a monthly basis. Does any other city allows or
What city's that?
Richmond Hill.
Richmond Hill. I've never heard of that.
You need permits to have other signs out there that are temporary, like not open house signs. If you're
any sign you can actually
but
use it
you're
overnight.
talking about any sign at all. So yeah. And what's the fee they charge every
I
month?
think it's about $700 for 6 months. But per sign they charge you like $120.
Oh, do you have to use their signs
No, but
too?
per sign that you have is $120 if you pay for 6 signs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I wonder if any other city allows to do the same. Do you guys know about it?
I've never heard.
I
No?
haven't seen that. Anybody else seen that? No, I've never seen it before. So.
You come out of my house, there's like 20 open house sign from Friday.
And what they do, don't they give you stickers?
Yeah, there's a sticker.
Oh,
And you
okay.
gotta put a sticker on the sign so the
Insurance,
bylaw
you have to
officers
get
know
it,
you
yeah.
paid for it.
Yeah.
Huh. I can definitely respond to
What
them.
happened? That has to do with Richmond Hill. If I remember Richmond Hill, it wasn't there like 1,000 signs. Everybody's putting 1,000 signs everywhere. I mean, and they still are now. But now the city's making money off it. So.
Yeah, I guess they'll just let you do it for money. Huh.
So, it's not just for for today. Something new happened to me. So I wanted to put the key on for the condo. They charged me for $15 to put the lockbox on.
Yeah.
$15, man. You got
A
lucky.
lot of condos they do that.
Yeah.
I had to pay $100
You got lucky at
at
15.
128 Fairview Mall Drive.
Do you get it back?
Those people at home, they.
It's
$100
per
a month.
you pay.
Per month.
Yeah, per month.
For those
Yeah.
people at
like
home, what
4
he's saying here is
Wild.
he wanted to put a lockbox in the condominium building, and they're charging him $15 a month to do that, right?
A lot of them they start on
128 Fairview Mall is $100 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cheap.
charge the co-op agent.
I had to fight with the security. What the fuck they're doing?
So who's covering that cost? Probably you as the agent now, or
Listing agent, of course.
yeah, the listing agent.
Well, the annoying thing is it was a lease.
Oh yeah, even a lease. You're right.
Yeah, it was for lease. So, yeah.
Just for lease. Like,
The door opens, you go direct.
Yeah,
tenant would love that.
go direct.
That's a tough one, eh?
That is tough.
You got a demanding client that wants for lease, and they want you to do open houses on the lease.
No, open house.
No, not open houses. They want to charge for a.
For the lock, to add the lockbox to the.
Make sure the landlord pays for all that.
But I think the annoying part is, like, if you go to Liberty Village, no one ever removes their lockboxes.
That's probably what they're trying to
Like,
do.
it's really
You
annoying.
should see the.
It's bad.
That goes back to the building managers. Because in my building, I have to sign a piece of paper, and after 30 days, they cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't get it yourself, it's gone.
Yeah. And they're actually monitoring too, because we had one at Dean Park last week. They called me and they're like, "Hey, you have 24 hours to get this off." I'm like, "How did you even know that this came off the market?" She's like, "Yeah, we're checking MLS." I'm like, what?
Well,
Wow. Okay, that's another.
Okay.
So okay. So mortgages. So we got Brand here. So we had the quarter point came down, right? So that's been what? That was a quarter point before, quarter point this time. And just to remind everybody, it's about $15 savings per $100,000 of mortgage, approximately. Just so 15%. So if you've got a $1 million mortgage, be $150 a month difference. It's not a whole lot, but at least psychologically it's okay. Have you noticed any uptick at all in can you lie? Lie. Anybody else notice? Did anybody else notice any uptick? Brand's even suggesting it's even getting quieter. So anybody else
Interesting.
notice that?
it's been free.
I saw Saturday, Sunday saw 8-9 properties. Yesterday I saw 5. Day, third, fourth, offers received. So I see same with the bonds.
Wait, they're getting offers?
Getting
But you're working with the buyer you're talking about right now.
but
Yeah. So your buyer's looking at properties. That's right. So how are we doing for showings then, Nelson? Just
Same as last weekend, about 182, so just under 200, same the week before was the same.
so it's still nothing, eh? So we used to get like 300-400, right? So okay, so it's still tough out there. Who's got listings out there that are hanging around? Ta-da.
A lot of people probably.
So what's the plan?
Cancel, relist, price.
Lower price.
How long are you guys waiting now for cancel relists?
65, 90 days.
Oh, that's a long time.
6 months.
6 months?
You're waiting 6 months to do price drops?
No, I did one. I dropped one time. And
Yeah.
so I went around 3 months again.
Yeah, because we usually would suggest 21 days, 21 showings, but is that changing now because it's quiet? Are we doing it like after a week, 2 weeks?
For a condo, forget about it. I mean,
Hey man, condos are, so Globe and Mail did an article on 25 Esplanade Unit 2316. They started in May for 720. They sold conditional a month later. Those buyers had cold feet, so they backed out. But then they came back in July, went to 700, and then in September they dropped to 670, and then finally sold. So 128 days on the market, but it's still sold. It's sold for 670.
The original price?
They're only at 720 original price.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
How long did it take them to do price drops?
First one happened 2 months, and then another 2 months. So every 60 days.
Every 60 days.
670 for a 966 square feet condo downtown.
That's crazy.
This is the older building, but honestly, location-wise, it's at Yonge and Esplanade. 966.
And these guys bought in 2017 for 640.
Yeah.
So they really didn't make a lot of money.
What was the price per square foot for that? $800 probably, no?
Yeah, around. I've been telling guys, yeah. 800 is good.
670 for 966 square feet.
So 800 square foot seems to be the target now, rather than
think so.
1,000.
Wow.
Just going back to mortgages for a little bit here. So we had the 2.4% was the CPI, so that went up from 1.9. So we still had a quarter point discount. We're sure whether they're going to get the quarter point discount or not. So just to remind everybody, your quarter point discount on the fixed rate or on the Bank of Canada rate affects the variable or the fixed. Just texting. And it affects the variable. So what affects the fixed?
Bonds.
Bond rates. And what did the bond rates do in the last 2 weeks? Have you ever
it's total.
It's gone down, is it not? So the bond rate's gone down. Usually bond rates go down because of a weaker economy, right? So they're doing things like that. So it's kind of curious to what's on. So what's the standard rates now? What are you going to get for
399.
399 for variable and
300 fixed.
399 on fixed, and how about variable?
Prime minus 70, prime minus 80.
So what does that bring us to? About
4.45 minus 0.8.
So
and
four-
on insured, like we still getting prime minus 1.
So it's 4.5 minus 0.8%.
Yeah.
So that takes you down to 3.7.
3.7.
Wait, so you're pretty close. It's pretty close to each
So
other.
3.7 versus a fixed or variable rate. And what's the recommendation? Are you telling our clients to do variable or fixed?
Variable.
And for a 3-year or 5-year?
5.
5-year variable?
5-year variable.
When would you tell someone to lock in on a variable? Asking for a friend.
Oh, your friend?
Asking for a friend. If you're on a variable, what would, because I actually did have 2 buyers reach out to me this week and asked, should we lock in? And I was like, great question. But would you guys lock in if you saw it going up again, or when do people call it?
I think there's going to be more rate cuts eventually. Maybe not this year, maybe in the beginning of the next year.
But if it goes up once, would you say lock in?
Depends on what your comfort is, right?
Yeah.
Like there are a client, they're getting a prime minus 1, 3.45, but they end up in taking a 3.69 on a 3-year fixed.
Yeah.
So their comfort is
Depends on the individual, right?
different, especially first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
Like we had a prime minus 1 on a 3.45, was a 3.69 on a 3-year fixed. They took the 3.69.
Insured mortgage?
Insured mortgage, yeah.
I think Scotia does both. On one mortgage, you can have 50% fixed, 50%
Sure.
Yeah, I had one girl say, do I lock in? Do I lock in? Like, I have no idea. No, don't do it. But
There's still,
you just don't
December's the
know.
next announcement?
Yeah.
And you don't think another rate cut?
I don't think so. What do you think, Claire?
I'm reading the paper saying, no, that the economy is such. I mean, if they had a 2.4% CPI, that tells me that they're not going to reduce it. Because
Exactly.
if they want below 2%. So if it goes below 2%, then I can see rate cuts. If it stays at 2.4, I don't think so. Right. So it really depends on what the public's doing too, whether they're even paying attention to it or not. I think still prices are the driver. I believe prices are still the driver. That's why we're sitting there not doing anything, or the condominiums aren't doing anything. I still think that the prices themselves, right?
Yeah.
We're warning the agents themselves, be careful with your staging, right? We've said this many times, because if you've got you got a $4 million property and you're going to put $4,000 a month staging in it, and the client changes their mind, then you got to have a way to try to recoup that cost, right? So you got to be careful out there.
Yep.
We've always talked about that.
There should be a clause in your Schedule A on your listing agreement. I know, like for us, we say we'll do the first 30 days. After that, seller has the option to renew and pay, or we take it out and no cost. So I think clauses are important right now on schedules. If you're paying or the client's paying, something needs to be in writing now for staging.
And according to Teresa, you have to put that on your Schedule A of your listing agreements. Anything that you've agreed to pay for or not pay for, it needs to put on that schedule, right?
Yeah.
Those other guys that raise their hands saying they have listings aren't selling, what's the plan? What's the plan, man? Sit on it, wait.
He's
You got an unrealistic seller that can't believe it.
He's the unrealistic
Can't
seller.
believe it. I know you are. So it's pretty hard to convince your client to reduce the price if you can't convince yourself.
So true.
I think what you have to do, though, you have to make it very mechanical and take the emotions out of it. And that's what we talked about: 21 days on the market, 21 showings, no offers, reduce the price. To try to make it very mechanical rather than emotional, because your clients are emotional, you're emotional, so on and so forth. Chad, you had one too? Chad, you got one? You got to listen. Did I see your hand up there? Something not selling?
Is Sanjay?
No.
I have one. We reduced it after 3 weeks, and then another one sold. We're listed at 729. Comparable, even Sanak looked at it and he was surprised that the other one sold.
I know.
And what's crazy is, like, I think your price was maybe what, 3 or 4K higher, maybe? Or like, what was
Same price.
Yeah, the same price, right? Like, I don't like.
729.
Yeah.
The other person took 694.
Yeah.
Now my guy's like, well, that's one less competition.
Would your guy have taken that? Would your guy have taken that price?
If
No.
it was on paper, maybe
Yeah.
it goes, right?
So you listed at how much?
729.
And one sold for how much?
It was listed at 729, but he took 694.
694.
Did you guys reduce yours now?
Not yet. He doesn't want to reduce it yet. We just reduced it like 10 days ago.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So we got a plan anyways, that's what you're talking about. Right?
Yep.
That's good. Okay, let's just get into stats here right now, and then we'll go into some articles and things. Okay, so we've got October. I'm going to do October sales. I checked November the 2nd. There's not enough days to figure out what's going on in November yet. So just going to October 31st. And these are my numbers, not Trev numbers. Trev numbers will change. I just do a very large scan of these numbers here, but Trev gets a deeper dive. But anyways. So active listings are at 28,130. So we've been cruising around 30,000 now for the last 3 or 4 months in there. So now back down to 28,130. So what does that tell us? It means that properties are selling or properties are coming off the market?
I think both.
Properties are coming off the market, right? So, and then why would they be on the market in the first place? We don't remember, right? So again, it goes back to the motivation. So if you're taking listings that are overpriced, you got to make sure that the motivation's there before you spend a whole lot of energy. If they've taken the properties just off the market because they changed their mind, it goes back to what I'm talking about staging, because you got to be careful and see what the motivation is. 28,000, there's 16,000 are freeholds, 11,500 are condos. Vacancies are still about, these are properties for sale. Vacancies overall about 34%, but 43% of all condominiums for sale right now are vacant. Sales over 101%, it's about 17%. 20% are freeholds and 13% of condominiums went for over asking. So we've got that strategy as well, that if you're going to underprice it, you've got about a 17% chance that it's going to sell for over asking. And, it's better than nothing. So you got to understand what you're doing and how you're doing it, right? Nelson, have you seen anything going on? You reduce the prices? Has there been anything happen?
Yeah, cancel relist. They're happening for people who are, like you said, motivation, right? So.
And is it working? It has to work, right?
I think it does. I think it works.
Canceled relist, and then I got 3 offers and sold over asking.
How much of a drop did you do?
30 grand.
30 grand drop?
Yeah.
Where was the house?
And like they could have negotiated that, right? When it was higher,
I was
but
like, what is that?
Wait, where's the house?
Caledon.
Caledon.
But what was the original target price?
Like, what did it sell for, like what I told
At the
her?
beginning when you told them?
I said around 8, and it sold for 8. We were priced at 829, and we were getting like no showings. And then at 800, we sold in like 3 days over asking.
interesting, eh?
At 8.
Was it like a detached?
No, it was semi.
Weird, eh?
Oh, really weird.
Okay, so those at home, just the story here. So we had a property for sale. The target, the realtor's price was 800,000. The seller's price was 830.
Or like maybe you wanted some wiggle room to get to 800, right?
It's like negotiation room and.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if the 800,000 was the target price or the list price target,
That was like target price.
like sale price, right?
Sale price.
Okay, and then sitting there at 830, do nothing, reduce the price by 30 grand, and you get multiple offers, sales for over asking.
Yeah, we got 3 offers.
So we've got some sellers that say, "Oh, I want to wait, I want to try." That's less competition. Well, it does move. It does put some eyeballs on that listing.
Yeah.
Right.
And we had lots of competition.
So it would have been on the market. How long did you say at 830?
21 days.
21 days. So here we go. Yeah, 21 days. The price reduction 800. Get multiple offers. So
Did you do 800 or did you do 799?
I don't know. 799. Sanak, what the hell? It was $799 because it went 1,000 over asking.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, pricing is actually it's all about pricing right now.
So it's almost like someone that wasn't in the 800s was only looking at under 800 in their price point. So that 799 just hit a whole
It makes a
other
difference.
price point.
Yeah.
So all right. So if I've got a buyer whose budget is $800,000 and I'm searching for a realm and I'm putting the price range between
900.
750 and 800.
I say 899.
Even today, I have a client.
Like if I was the client like that, I would put like all the way to 900. Then I would come and negotiate.
Yeah, because now you can.
Yeah. But your 20,000 price reduction, I think it was more like a.
Because there's a whole new catchment of buyers.
Yeah. You just hit the 700s.
Maybe. It's not luck, Aiden. Okay?
No.
Because $20,000 is not the price.
There's also some agents that, you can't think that, like we think that, oh yeah, 25, 30, no problem, we can go under that, but a lot of agents won't do that.
Well, because they've dealt with the stingy sellers right now.
To $799, and I still didn't get an offer. So if it was a price reduction,
You're still overpriced.
and at the end they bought it for $760.
Sorry?
At the end they bought it for $760.
Yes.
Still reducing $300,000.
Yeah.
The right price.
Yeah.
Actually, Aaron, do you mind me asking what the other 2 offers were?
You remember the condo bit?
Yeah. Oh no, for Aaron?
Aaron, what were the other two offers?
I think one was asking.
So 799.
I don't even know. I sold 4 houses this week.
Oh.
Okay. Market is back.
Okay, so for those at home there that things are quiet, somebody just said they sold 4 houses last week. So there we go.
It's quiet for the ones that are not hustling.
Listen,
I guess.
even the Toronto Sun is saying bidding wars are creeping back into pockets of the GTA.
So sticking with it, we'll give ahead your numbers here. So we got 17%. So daily 194. October sales are going to come in around about 6,000, and that's going to be up about 10% from September. It's going to be down 8% from last year. So it's down 8% from last year, up 10% from September. So September tells me that things are starting to pick up, and this is what Sanak's going to talk about. The Toronto Sun, probably something there too, right? Leases, there's 17,000 active leases. 56% of those are vacant. That makes sense. The leases are going to come in around 8,000, about 8,300. Last year was 7,100, so 16% increase in leases. Even condominiums, there's 18% increase in leases for condos. So that tells you that they're going as well. And September is actually down 13% from September. So leases are down from September, sales are up from September. So things are happening, right?
Was there in September only like 53 units sold?
That's new. I think that was the article you're talking about is like new houses. Like new pre-construction. Yeah.
Only 53 units.
53, yeah. I think that's the article you're talking about.
So we talked about this last week. So someone here just mentioned, we talked about last week how if you read the newspapers tell you how sales are down. What? They only sold 53 last month.
Yes.
Or sales are down 90%, 10-year average is down, right? And they're all talking about new stuff, not resale. So don't, even though your public is reading the same articles we are, you got to make sure that they understand it's new products that they're talking about, not resales. Resales are still okay. Okay, it's just the pre-construction, just the new stuff that's not happening. And what I'm reading here is that because of that, they're down like 90% on the 10-year average. So that tells me that they're going to have a problem with supply in the future, which means that if you're an investor, you might want to buy one of those things and just wait for a couple of years because they don't need any other ones right now. So that means there's going to be a bit of a shortage. So it's not the end of the world for condos. You want to make sure it's the right unit. You don't want one of those 480 square foot things or 500 square foot. Those are difficult. Anyways, good.
Actually, on to that point, Ontario government proposes tax relief for some first-time home buyers. So I think next week they're going to talk about in their fall economic statement giving 8% rebate on new houses. So not resale, but for pre-construction people.
Is there a limit on the price?
So it goes up to $1 million, and then there is a staggered approach between $1 million to $1.5 million, and then after that there's no rebate. But
so they get 8% for the first
8%. So I think it'll be confirmed next week, but the proposal came in last week.
So the builder takes it off the price?
They just take it. It'll be you won't pay like right now it has HST on top, right? So rather than paying $80,000, say it's $1 million house, you get almost like a.
I thought that HST is included if you're end user, so you don't pay the government. Is that correct? Or?
No, you get a rebate though. I mean, right now you get $24,000 rebate.
So if I'm buying $1 million condo, if I'm moving in, I don't pay HST.
First-time home buyer.
First-time home buyer, yeah.
Not you.
No, not me as a first-time home buyer.
First-time home buyer. So, and also the feds did the same thing. The federal government also reduced their GST by 5%. So now the federal government did it. Now the provincial government did it too. So you're going to be a 13% discount. So right now a builder will sell a house for $1 million, which would include $130,000 of HST. So now he's going to say you can have it for $930,000. No, 830. 870.
Instead of $1 million.
That's a big difference. That's a huge difference. That's like 13%. That's huge. Right? First-time buyers, brand new houses.
Come to 15%.
13%. Sorry, 13%. Yeah,
within the HST, it's like 8% is provincial.
5% Fed and 8% provincial.
So they may increase the price just to offset that. Maybe more profit.
The builder might keep that money in their pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. Because they're the ones that are doing the $1 million anyways.
They're not gonna give it to you so easy.
Yeah, it's not. The government has to do something.
Do something,
right?
yeah.
So they're doing something. So is it perfect? Who knows, right?
That's like almost a $500 difference on the payment.
Yeah. Did you guys read that other pre-construction guy that up in, I think it was Barrie, Innisfil, someplace? He sold a bunch of houses back in the 2020s, back in the pandemic.
Briarwood?
Briarwood, and they jacked up the price for 142 people, saying if you want this house, it's going to cost you another, whatever it was, $100,000.
He pocketed
Yeah, but they
it.
threw it out.
And then if you don't like it, we'll give you your money back, and they killed the deal. And everybody said you can't do that. And it's against the rules, against this, against that. And the builder says so sad, too bad. And then they went to court, and the court said that the government didn't prove their case, therefore they threw it out. So the builder won.
Like even the witness or something that they had was disqualified or something. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Is
so-
that the same builder that went bankrupt?
No, that was state something or other. Yeah. So.
They have them on Ferry too.
Yeah, this was in Isabel. They actually sold the place. They went through with it. But puts the builder in a hard spot. I know that most people think that the builders are making all this kind of money here, but it puts them in a hard spot during the pandemic. If they sold it in 2020 or 2019 for, I don't know, $800 a square foot, whatever it might have been, and all of a sudden the trades and that goes up after COVID, and all of a sudden it costs them $800 just to build. The builder says, I'm going to go bankrupt, or you can increase the fees and I'll build the house. Otherwise, I'm not building them. I don't know. I mean, it's not fair, but why would a builder have to build and lose money on it? I don't know. They wouldn't do it. Anyways.
They say development charges in city of Toronto for one bedroom is $130,000 proposed on the builder.
Yeah. And just so you know, well, okay. This is a political commentary. If you're saying that $130,000 development fee is too much for a condominium, that's fair enough to say. But somebody's going to pay the $130,000. So if the city says, okay, we're not going to charge $130,000, it's still going to cost somebody $130,000 to put those sewers in and build that school and build that hospital. So the taxpayer is going to pay for that. The fact is, and they're doing that right now at Yonge and Eglinton. One of our agents has a house right there, and they're tearing up his road. As I said this a couple of weeks ago. They're tearing up his road. They're pulling out the old sewers that are this big, and putting in other sewers that are this big. They have to do it because they're putting like all these condominiums in here. So somebody's got to pay for all that stuff.
It's come back to everyone.
The taxpayer pays for it, or the buyer pays for it through the $130,000. So it's a really tough thing for the government, right? I don't know. It doesn't come out of your pocket, I guess, if they pay support up front. Anyways. Go ahead.
I do feel like bidding wars are slightly coming back, but this Toronto Star article does talk about 8% of neighborhoods where at least 5 or more homes are sold over bidding, up from August at 1%. But when I'm talking to my buyers, I'm actually trying to get them in the mind frame of, let's just say you have an asking price. I think if you're within like 5, maybe 8 to 5% within that asking price, I think you have a good shot of getting the house. But I keep getting buyers who are like, I want to spend $200,000, like you have a $700,000 property, and they want to spend $500,000. I'm like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's been more offers. I don't know what you guys tell your buyers, but I try to get them in the more mind frame of, if you're 5% within that asking price, then you should go for it.
Are they still offering that amount within there, or they want to, when it comes down to offering, they want to do way less? Yeah.
But even right now, so I do have one on that Elizabeth Street. He wants to offer like 88% under, but I'm telling him to just put it on paper and just try.
The market's all funny. We have a listing right now in Scarborough, which we listed at $725, and all the buyers are now calling us being like, what's the real price? When's the bidding war? Blah, blah, and we're like, that is the price. Oh, no. So like people are confused right now thinking.
What's the name of that?
What's the address?
I'm not saying it anymore. If I have to say that street name one more time this weekend, it is so embarrassing. You'll see it. It starts with a 63, and I hate answering the phone about it now because it's the worst. But yeah, we have like this tear down house listed at $725. There's no tricks or anything, but the buyers are like, well, tell me what price you're really looking for. When they call, I think we had about maybe 10 buyers call us directly, and there's a lot of misinformation all over the place, but Scarborough's wild.
Did you do it house?
No, someone will die in that thing.
Buyers through there.
No, that house needs like It needs some work. It's our busiest listing, which is the funniest.
It would have been perfect for Halloween.
Yeah, we should have done like a haunted house themed open house because it would have been perfect. I think we might have to shut down showings after sunset as well because apparently that's a scary time for this one. I had to bring Steve in that house with me last week.
Wait, sorry, what's the address?
I'm not saying it. It's in Scarborough. Starts with a 63.
I saw it pre-drunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you were at the drunk rule too, right?
If anyone's looking for a fixer-upper in Scarborough, $725,000. It's in a really great spot. If this was a grandma-maintained home, it would be probably 900s. If it was like a little old lady that did nothing with it, it has the same pink carpets. Yep, detached bungalow, 3-bed, 2-bath.
Nice pool.
Used to be a pool.
Basement apartment?
Yeah, it's got a basement apartment.
I don't know if it's legal or not. Probably.
No.
Fantastic deck in the back.
Yeah, don't. Oh, you can. It's scary.
Just off topic a little bit here. So, iPro business is still going on. The RICO hired a company called Denton Lawyer something or other, and they prepared some kind of report. If you recall, they were going to tell us on the what the results of that report was, but they decided not to tell us what's going on. And they've given the report to RICO. RICO's the one that hired these people to investigate themselves. Anyways, I have a problem with that. And now they passed it on to RICO, and RICO's passed it on to the Ontario government. What RICO could possibly happen to RICO, the Ontario government could say, you guys are not managing this thing properly, we're going to take it back and we're going to manage it instead. The same thing happened in BC, and I would not be surprised if it's going to happen here. I'm also reading stuff like the students, new students, they're having a problem writing exams, and some people are taking like 2 or 3 weeks to get their exams written because there was approximately 350 people that went to Humber College that cheated on their final exam and they all got caught. This is about 2 years ago. They all got cheated on the exam. They all got caught and they all got fired right away. Like RICO would not, anybody that got caught cheating, they would not let them be licensed.
Yeah.
So they got rid of that, and then they got rid of Humber. Well, they let Humber do it, and they hired a couple other schools to do it as well, and they hired another third-party people to do the exams. Third-party people are saying it's not our problem, we can't get exams going, it's Humber College's fault, so they're blaming each other. The whole thing's just a big mess.
Yeah.
I think the government's just going to come in and say, you guys are done, you guys can't self-manage, we're going to do it ourselves.
That would be
That's
wild.
what I think is going to happen. And then there was another one that came out on there's a guy in Oakville that went down on Friday, and somebody.
There's one that's going to be announced. We just
H2H or H2H, H&H or something.
I haven't heard that one.
Anyway, so apparently there's a couple of them that are
There's
happening.
apparently another big one that's going to be coming.
I don't know about that. We'll see. That rumor's like 3 weeks old, so I don't think so. But anyway, so it doesn't really affect us. It doesn't affect the consumer. We're all covered by insurance, so it's not the end of the world. But it's kind of curious to see out there when you see all these wonderful dreams. Like, everybody seen? I'll go at the salesperson level. Has anybody seen the salesperson say, free staging, free painting, free moving, free this, discount commission? Like it's
So many
like how do you get to do? How can you do all those things? And discount commission to boot. It's like, same as the high tech guys, the I'll call them AI guys. They come in there with the new thing. It's better than this. It's better than that. It does this. It's better than that. And better than this. And better than that. And oh, by the way, we're going to give you half our commission back. So I'm thinking, well, if it's better, why are you giving any commission back? You should be charging double. You know, getting that like the whole thing's backwards to me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
The funny thing is having those agents from that brokerage that went out of business calling brokerages like us, and then they want the same price, but they don't realize their brokerage went out of business for a reason.
Yeah.
So can't offer the same price. Yeah, they want a better price than what they had at the cheaper place.
There's only 100 pennies in the dollar.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the World Series a little bit. But there's been a lot of comparison from what's happened over the last 30 years. Obviously, 32 years ago we were in the World Series, but there's been a bunch of articles just talking about like the difference between then and now. But this article title is Here's Why Home Prices Have Increased 436% over the last 30 years in the GTA. A lot of it's driven by population. And honestly, this article actually goes into talking about this isn't going to stop. We are going to have a supply shortage at some point. But just to give you guys some numbers, so that's year over year, we've seen like a 5.76% increase. So I think it's a good thing to tell your buyers that, like, listen, I know things are kind of weird right now, but prices do keep rising. And I feel like 5% is a good modest amount. In 94, the population was 4.2 million in the GTA. Now we're at 7.1, and that's going to keep still increasing. So last year we welcomed 500,000 new residents. That's going to keep increasing. But I think in general, like, I don't know.
You guys see any photos of the Sky Dome 32 years ago?
Yeah.
There's nothing on the railway lands at all. All that Concord, is it Concord? Yeah, all that Concord stuff is
Bremner, no City Place, no Bremner.
Nothing there at all, right? So it's interesting.
No Scotiabank Arena. Like, it's cool to it was cool to see what was going on back then and now. Even here, it's just like in 1993, the average house sold for $206,000. Now we're at $1.5 million. Rent rates back then, one bedroom were $627 a month average. Two bedrooms were $773. Now we're at about $2,300 for one bedrooms and then $3,000 for two bedrooms. Why no?
Downtown hasn't got that.
What? Yes, they have.
King Street hasn't.
I just did one for $2,600 last
I
week.
see this article here about Mayor Chow. Mayor Chow, when she came in, she said she's going to help get affordable housing. She wants to get affordable housing going. That's sort of the NDP way of doing things. And they're actually starting to make things happen now. What the article's saying here, where's Carney and where's Ford? How come Toronto's doing this? So what Toronto's doing, they're actually, Toronto owns land. And they've done this years ago, but they're talking about one particular project here that's going to go forward. They broke the ground already. It's called Options for Homes in Markham Road in Eglinton. I have no idea where it would be. Markham Road, it's probably in Eglinton, I'm thinking. Anyways, it's they're bringing back what's called a co-op rental tower, whatever that is. Co-op rental tower. Okay.
I wonder if it's going to be that much.
Co-op, but not like a townhome.
So it's going to be like the Crombie co-op down there. It's all going to be, rent's going to be geared to income, right? Mm-hmm. And then they have these other projects. It's called another one in Scarborough. This is another builder. This doesn't say where it is other than Scarborough, but it's going to be a co-op project. Has anybody sold co-op condos? Anybody know what I'm talking about, co-op condos? So they're talking about building co-op condos again. On shares, right? So you don't own the unit itself. You own a percentage of shares of the entire building. And then what they're also doing here on like places like Downsview and that, they're going to build rental buildings and co-ops on land leases. So the government owns the land and they're going to lease the land to the builders. They did that in Melbourne. They did that in Brampton. So they're starting to bring back old stuff that we did like 50 years ago, and they're starting to bring it all back now. So these are all things that they're trying to do to make things more attractive, right? So that'd be fun. On this project here, I'm just looking for an opinion here. Markham and Eglinton, they're going to build co-op rental buildings below rent market, rent controls, along with affordable townhouses for purchase. Anybody want to buy a townhouse purchase in that complex? That was my first thought, right? So, anyways. So they're doing things there, and that's starting to happen. That's going to be a huge thing. I don't know if it's going to be my lifetime, maybe your lifetime, but that Downsview stuff, they're talking about 110,000 people in that Downsview airport area. That's gigantic.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of space
about building those modular homes. The federal government came up with, 35 different designs for different modular homes. They're going to build those in that Downsview area, so it's going to be interesting.
It's still happening?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it's going to happen over years, right? So.
Christmas party?
I got lots of stuff.
You're awesome. You can keep going.
Want to keep going?
Yeah.
Christmas party, yes, December the what?
17th.
17th.
I forget what time though.
6 to 11.
6 to 11. So it's still dinner.
One of our agents that you're going to talk about what they talked about here, the open houses? Or?
No.
Okay, so they talked about open houses today, and that was Tom. Yeah,
they were talking about farming today.
Farming stuff, which is pretty good. And farming's talking about how they get their community involved and community involvement and so on and so forth. One of our agents here, did he do this or did he piggyback on this, Tom? Was he the host of this?
He was like me, if he hosts a special guest, and then they had speakers.
So he had special guests.
Yeah.
So one of our agents did a seminar last week and had guys like Alan Cameron, who's a guy on 1010 radio. He does Sunday morning Money and You or something, right? And another person here from the Law Rail. So he got these two speakers there to do a webinar.
So he invited all his
And
clients.
Invited all his clients to come to the webinar. It was on 7 o'clock on Wednesday.
Yep.
And I'm sure he got a whole bunch of people there to go to that. So that's the type of thing he's doing. So for him, it wasn't much. He just had to get a camera and some speakers, and not even that, probably on Zoom.
Yeah, we just did it on Zoom in the
Probably did
boardroom.
Zoom, and so something you guys could do as well, just as easy.
But he's also going to leverage it too. So he's going to take the recording, make a few reels, do some advertising to the public, and then resend it to his database. So he's trying to figure out a way that he can multi-market it now that he's got the content. So smart strategy.
And just to explain what that means.
Very informative, very detailed.
Yeah. Just to explain what that means, we do it ourselves too.
I was like, we do.
We'll have like an hour-long show here today. But then we hired another fellow here that he'll break it down into 10-second clips and put them in the reels.
Yep. He makes us 2 reels a week from our office meeting, and then he does all of the marketing afterwards, where he'll put it on YouTube, Shorts, Instagram, Reddit.
So we're not spending a whole lot of time doing these things. We're just taking this same film here and just editing it and put it in a 10-second clip. So it's not like labor intensive, but you have to have someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, he's good.
So if you can find something like that, usually kids and that. 2 more things, then I'll let you guys take over. 3 more things, sorry. You guys know on, it's probably too late now, on pre-construction, if you get paid a commission and the builder doesn't go through with it, then there's a clawback, right? They want the commission back. You guys all know that. Everybody knows that? You're looking at me too long. If you get paid a pre-construction commission, like the 1% after 90 days, and then you get the rest when it finally closes, and that builder doesn't go through, they want the 1% back. You are going to.
He comes after.
No.
How hard do they come after you for those things? I already keep my bank account already, like spend it.
Well.
9 tenths of the law.
Yeah, well, here's the problem, right? The contract's with me.
So they're asking him for the money back. So then he's going to get in trouble.
They don't pay you, they pay us. So I say, when you're going to pay, you're going to pay.
I was on the other topic. I'll ask Aiden since he's here. What do you guys do to chase down a builder to get a commission? If our admin can't, do you show up to the builder's office? Do you, as an agent, what do you guys typically do?
Depends to the builder. Yes, I have showed up to their office and I stay there for hours.
Okay.
And I wanna answer today, or call them every day. Just
Okay.
bother them as many as time as you can.
We've got a few who are chasing down payments and don't know where the office is.
Which builder?
Steve will know.
Amsterdam, Rise Development.
Oh,
I think it's a smaller one.
I never did.
Like, why don't they
Smaller.
just pay you? That's so terrible.
I tell you, we've got
Keep it as long as they can. They
Yeah.
make money out of it.
Yeah.
we have the small builders. We have builders in Belleville, we have builders in Peterborough, builders in St. Catharines, and all 3 builders have screwed us over on the commission.
Big ones they usually pay.
Yeah.
Usually the ones in Toronto are better, but the ones out in the outskirts, when they're private little guys, they have like pulling teeth.
Can you take them to court if they
You
don't
can
pay?
sue them, but they're a numbered company, right? So every project is a numbered company, so that as soon as if that project fails, then they just close it down.
And there's no company. It's interesting.
Anyway, so we've only had 2 of them. But to answer your question, we've only had one with somebody here, and we've had another one that were rumors, but we haven't seen anything in writing yet. And then last thing for me, well, 2 things, I guess. And it doesn't affect us. 3 things.
3 things. It's okay.
Doesn't affect us, but Century 21 is owned by Century 1 US. Century 1 World is owned. Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Better Homes and Gardens, ERA, Sotheby's, and some other guys. And Cochrane. They're owned by a company called Anywhere Real Estate, who just sold it to Compass Real Estate. So it's all been sold again to another company who's bought all these brands. So all the brands they operate separately. Each one's individual. Coldwell Banker operates separately. Well, Central Owen operates separately, but it's not going to affect us. But if you hear anything that this American company took over this Anywhere, then it's going to be about a year or so in final closing. But things are happening down there on the global side. And I want to talk about, you're going to do VOWs?
You go for it.
I want to talk about estate sales. So right now in the market, you've got the 3 Ds, right?
Divorces?
Death, divorce, and diapers.
Death, divorce, and diapers. So if you happen to go to the death one there, as I notice a lot of estate trustees, a lot of probate, and so on and so forth. I notice that people get a little confused, especially the people who've been around a long time. They use the term probate. Has to go through probate. Does anybody know what that means? And we also have another thing called the certificate of the estate trustee. Do we know what that means?
I think that's it. Probate, they change the name. You need a court
All right. So still has to go. Yeah. So the idea of probate is that the probate means the paying of the tax. Probate means gathering all the assets of the estate, houses, stocks, whatever it might be, and establishing what it's going to be, and establishing a value for all those things. And then there's an estate tax. On the first $50,000 on estate tax, this tax is 0. Anything above that, it's 1.5%. So it's 1.5% tax. So once the probate, once you've got once the trustees got all their stuff together and all the documents together, they go to court, and they say to court, this is what we owe, and the court says, that's fine, give us 1.5%. The estate gives them 1.5%, then they get what's called the certificate of the estate trustee. Once they've got the certificate, once your client tells you they've got the certificate of the estate trustee, what does that mean? It means that probate's already happened. So a lot of people say, well, I just have to wait for probate. No, you don't. Once you have the certificate of the estate trustee, it's already gone through probate, they've already paid the tax, and now they can sell what they want.
We can still sell it a little bit.
On the listing itself, we're telling everybody, you don't put the estate trustee's name on the listing, you put the owner's name on the listing.
The estate of.
The estate of the dead guy. You don't say Joe Blow, the estate trustee. You put the owner's name, right? And then the estate trustee signs on their behalf.
So if that house is in Toronto and it's been vacant for 6 months, do you put that clause of vacant home tax? And
Yeah.
No.
There's an exception for.
There's exceptions for vacant home tax.
If they passed, yeah.
If they pass the years.
And last week I was talking with one of those actually the guys that they are selling like insurance or something, and so she was saying that whenever you are selling a house, when you want to close on the closing, tell the lawyer regarding the insurance, don't get the insurance from them. Come to us and we're gonna give you some insurance. And if anything happened to you, if you die, okay, so our company they're gonna pay like everything. Exactly like as you said, because they're gonna come and they're gonna you cannot do anything. And she said that if you come and get the insurance from us, so we're gonna pay off the mortgage. So and then so you won't have any problem. They cannot touch your properties.
You mean life insurance?
So yeah, the insurance for the home insurance.
Yeah. So that's a different topic. That's a different topic than this, but I'll talk about that too. So basically, it's life insurance.
Life insurance.
It's called life insurance.
Not the home insurance.
It pays for your house.
She said that don't get the insurance from them.
So just okay to off track here for a second. So the question here right now is should you get mortgage insurance when you get your mortgage through the bank?
No.
I say yes.
Really? I'm a no.
But I say yes at the beginning. Okay, we're off topic here. Okay, let's finish this. Okay, I'll finish the question here. So, if you go to Varan, and Varan goes to Scotiabank, and Scotiabank says, do you want life insurance? And I'm saying you say yes, and you sign the mortgage commitment with Varan. Right? You sign the mortgage commitment. Not a letter, not a pre-approval, the actual
commitment letter.
You actually, from the day you sign that commitment, you are insured. So if you die before closing, the insurance pays for it.
So you can cancel after.
And after you close, then you go to Rand and say, I don't want the insurance anymore, and then you get your own insurance. And then you get normal life insurance. If you stuck with the insurance that the bank gives you, the problem is it's the money that you get on death reduces every time you make a mortgage payment. So if you waited 25 years and you paid off your mortgage, your life insurance value is 0. Because the house is paid for. Whereas if you take that same money and bought a life insurance policy, you're still going to have $1 million life insurance policy. It doesn't matter what happens to the house. So I say do both. Everybody okay with that?
Interesting.
Tips from Claire.
And we've had who was it? Wasn't you? You had a client die and insurance paid for it.
Oh yeah, the older. That's so many. That's what.
He had a young guy with pre-construction, and he got the insurance for pre-construction. Unfortunately, he passed away, and the insurance company paid for the whole condominium.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I
didn't get any money though. But.
No, you didn't get it.
The commission was not covered?
Now, let's go back to the estate trustees. Has anybody ever written a letter of opinion for an estate trustee on a property?
I think I sent out 3 templates last week to agents.
And has anybody ever said to you, oh, can you make it's $1 million property, can you make it $800,000? Because I don't want to pay the 1.5% on the $200,000.
Illegal.
No, it is what it is.
They'll ask
right?
to make it higher or lower.
So you as an agent have to give the accurate number. You have to give her an accurate number. But let's say the accurate number was 800, but it could be $1 million, right? And then what happens? You sell the property, and let's say it takes a long time to get the estate figured out. Let's say it takes a year or something for the property to finally sell from the guy's death. So rather than paying on the $200,000 difference, rather than paying 1.5% difference on the $200,000, what's 1.5% of $200,000? $3,000? 1.5% of $3,000. Okay. So rather than paying $3,000 probate tax or life tax, instead they're going to be taxed at $100,000 capital gain. $50,000 will be taxable. So also now they're going to pay $25,000 tax instead of $3,000.
Say that again.
Now I got your attention.
Why is that?
Because you told the guys the property's worth $800,000. You sell it a year later for $1 million. Now you have a $200,000 capital gain.
Can you give a range of what you think it's worth?
No, it has to be a hard number. So what you're supposed to do to get around that is you file again a correction to the say, well, I made a mistake. It wasn't 800,000. It's $1 million, and then you go back to paying the 3,000. So the reason I'm telling you this is you have clients that tell you they want you to manipulate the price that you're putting in that letter of opinion. There's a yin and a yang, so you got to be careful on both sides.
I will say there was a situation last week where the client asked to give a lower number, which I thought is the opposite of what you'd want. Wouldn't you want it to be a higher number because you want it to be a less profit the better? So why would they want it to be lower?
Because they're thinking about paying the tax on the difference. They're thinking about this 1.5%.
But wouldn't they rather it higher? Like that price on the letter be a little higher?
If the letter's higher, they're going to pay more tax.
Then you pay more taxes.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's crazy.
So now let's say it sold $1 million. Let's say it sold within 2 or 3 months rather than a year. Then the way the courts look at it, it says the day he died, it was worth that letter, and whatever happened after he died doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So there's some other things involved too. But I just want to make sure you understand the estate trustee, what that means, certificate of estate trustee, and when you give me these letters of opinion, to really understand what it means.
So after it's sold, let's say 6 months later, is it after you got a firm offer that you submit the next letter?
Yeah, well, actually, it's close. It's close. Let's say it's close, and say close, and by the way, I made a mistake on my letter of opinion. It should be this instead of that.
So what if the price goes down?
Price, same thing. You do adjustment. If your price goes down, let's say you says $1 million and it sells for $800,000, you go back in and the second time say I want to rechange the price on it. So you can do that as well.
You're not getting a rebate if it goes down.
It might do.
And add to your taxes.
Might do. You don't know how to do this. Okay, so then finally for me, and then you guys can finish. We all have Moxie Works web pages, and we've been waiting for this announcement for a long time now, so finally we got this announcement. Your Moxie Works web pages are now going to have the VOW capabilities.
Ooh.
Virtual office website. So in other words, what happens there when your clients and you got to sign on for it. This has happened like on Friday. VOW means that your client goes into your web page.
Your C21 website. This is Moxie Works.
They create an account. Now they have access to all the sold data,
which is huge.
So they not only do they see what's for sale, they can also see the sold data as well, and even do whatever else, maybe CMAs and stuff on sold data.
So it's different than RealM when you give them the access that they can't do anything. They don't see the.
They don't see sold data.
Now they can see the sold.
On your C21 website.
Same as House Sigma.
Correct.
Yeah. It's not an app or anything, but it's on your website. So it's probably not like House Sigma, but it will have the data.
like the whole history for the past whatever times?
Whatever, well, 2 years anyways. So.
Yeah. So we have to sign an agreement as a brokerage first, and then I think when we do that, then you guys can apply with Trev to also have it on yours, and then I think Claire signs off on it. So you guys can each do it individually.
So we just got this. It's happening today as we speak.
Yeah. You don't have to pay extra for it
So we'll sign
either.
up for it, make sure that we've given their permissions, and then you've got to go individually and then get your
You're the
permission for
only
your
company in Canada, I guess, we do that.
Yeah.
for the general web pages.
Yeah. You don't have to pay extra for it, so everyone should put it on their website.
So that's a game changer as far as I can see. So.
We've been asking for years.
Yeah.
I still have people using House Sigma.
Yeah. Did you go more? You're done.
I can go. I was going to talk about
I'm just diving into what training.
I was going to talk about buyers and how many options they have. I don't know if I work with a lot of buyers right now. I'm trying to convince them to just go for it right now, but I feel like they've never had this many choices. I feel like inventory's been pretty high. There's a good selection. I feel like everyone's adjusting to what we call is the new normal, but I feel like even sellers are coming down in prices. I saw that with my own 2 sellers. So I don't know what you guys are doing with your buyers, but I'm trying to encourage them to just go for it.
Like don't wait any longer. Like the market.
This is it.
This is it right now.
Yeah.
Well, how do you convince them? And everything's like 20 new, like in that category, the area, there's like 20 new listings.
Well, so, yeah, like honestly, I'm doing a lot more showings. Like I'm almost at 30, 40 showings a week, but I think it's completely like it's tough. But listen, as long as they're, and again, I go back to my point of like, hey, if you're within 5% of that asking price, I think we have a good chance.
Yeah. All right, so I'll get into training. So this week on Wednesday, the 5th, we're on week 5 of our 6 weeks. So we're actually almost done. I know a lot of you guys have been attending it in person and online. Last week I was talking to you guys about how to grow a referral engine. Hopefully you guys grabbed a bunch from that. I gave you guys sample schedules on how to stay in touch with people. I just found this quick article on the topic of referrals, which was just the 3 holiday strategies that drive referrals all year. So a lot of you guys do something around Christmas time, New Year's, to kind of just like retouch your clients and get back in touch. So these were just 3 different ideas that I saw that will help you guys stay visible this year that I thought were decent ideas. So this is a good time that you guys are going to start preparing right now to do all your holiday stuff. It's probably the best time to get your databases organized, addresses, phone numbers, all of that. But 3 of the different ideas to stay visible. One was to host a client event that brings the magic. I know some of our agents host, they'll bring in like a Santa Claus, or they'll get a studio, they'll hire a photographer and do family photos and stuff like that. This is one of those ideas. This one was also talking about renting out a local ice rink to kind of create that human connection. So I think the whole point of these events is to actually get in front of your clients, not just with the little Christmas card and a calendar and all that stuff, which is all good. But if you really want to have some impact, maybe think about hiring an event. They were saying to rent a rink for a few hours, it's about $600, serve some pizza, desserts, and drinks. You could also have people like mortgage brokers, lawyers, and stuff like that kind of join in on your event, help you sponsor it to even drop those prices too. So if you're thinking about an event, that would be one. They're saying maybe don't send Christmas cards this year, maybe send a magazine, which I thought was kind of cool. So there's a company called Reminder Media. This might be US based, so keep that in mind, but they create magazines that they'll send out to your clients around the holidays. That's all about lifestyle tips, seasonal recipes, and real estate content. Typically it lives in the home for about 4 to 6 weeks versus maybe a Christmas card that might just get thrown out. But if you guys are thinking about maybe calendars, all of that, but you want to do something different this year, maybe sending them like a little magazine instead of that would help. And then, of course, making the call that no one else is making. So pick up the phone and call your clients, check in, say thank you, wish them a happy holiday. So that one apparently is the most proven way to obviously stay in touch with your clients. So those are some Christmas ideas. This week, so last week we did referrals. This week I'm walking you guys through the buyer experience. So I'm going to be talking about how to do showings properly, how to use certain scripts to get them to buy a property. Like Sanak's saying, you're showing them 30 homes. We're gonna figure out what the magic number is and how many showings you should do, how to get them to narrow down on a choice so that you're not running around like crazy. So I've been reading that Selling Ninja book, and they had a really good chapter on how to sell a buyer, basically. And then I'm gonna walk you guys through the entire process of the back end of what the girls are doing, and the admin and the lawyers and mortgage brokers and all of that. So I think a lot of you guys, not a lot of you guys, but a lot of agents don't really understand what's actually happening in the back end. You guys are doing like the front of the line with the offers. I wanna talk about where the deposits are going, why we ask you guys for certain documents. That way it's gonna make it much easier when you guys are explaining the process to your clients. It's gonna make things smoother. So I'm gonna be talking about the buyer experience on Wednesday. I think it's good for experienced agents, especially if you guys are kind of doing the same thing you've been doing for the last 10, 15 years. This might be a nice little adjustment. So that's Wednesday at 12 o'clock, in person or online. Wednesday. What did I say? Sorry, my brain's shot. Another event that's coming up is the Mike Ferry event. This is the, productivity school. So I think there's about 6 of us going. Varan has kind of offered some really great opportunity to have tickets to this event. It's on November 18th to 20th in Brampton. I'm gonna be going to that event. I went to this probably my second week in the real estate business. Really great 3 days. It's really intense, but I remember I actually pulled out the book the other day. It is scripting. So they're gonna teach you guys how to do scripts, what to say, how to say it, the tone, the speed, all of that. So for 3 days, you're gonna basically learn what to say to clients. So I've had so many agents ask me on scripts and all that stuff. If you are one of those agents, you should be going to this event, because if you're gonna learn scripts, you're gonna learn it from the Mike Ferry people. That's just, these are the best guys in the business for it. And if you have an opportunity to go at no cost, I think that's a no-brainer to call Varan.
I think it's worth the $250.
I think it's well worth the $250. And if you're worried about the drive, which I am, there is a hotel in the parking lot. It is about, I think it was like $200 a night or something like that. So if the drive freaks you out, think about getting a hotel night. That's about the cost of the ticket itself. That's what I would consider for
And it's
you
a
guys.
write-off.
And it's a write-off. So this is a good time to do some of your business trips.
How many days is it?
It's 3 days. That's why if you're not in Brampton, think about getting a hotel night, hotel for a couple nights. Yeah, unless you want to drive to Brampton.
Safe enough to stay in Brampton.
I don't know, but I'm doing it. I can't do the 6 a.m. stuff. So that's happening November 18th to 20th. I think it's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then I just wanted to talk about 2 things. So we had an agent last week, thought it was really cool. He did a showing last week with a client, and there was cameras inside the house. He was like, I guess he knows the area very well. He sold this townhome. He was talking about all the great things about this house, the price, the interior, and he did such a good job that the seller actually called him after the showing and said, I loved how you presented my home to these sellers. My agent has done nothing. Canceled his agreement with the listing agent and hired our agent because they liked what he was saying in the cameras. He didn't know, I think they might have known that there was cameras, but if you guys are in houses and there's cameras, think about being a salesperson, those sellers are watching these videos for sure. They canceled, I think, before they even called our agent, but I think that was a very interesting way to get a listing. I've never heard of that before. Have you heard of that? I've heard of the opposite, where you're saying bad things about the house, but.
I've heard agents that they're standing in the lobby or someplace there saying, I love this house, let's put an offer in, and then they go to negotiate, and the listing agent knows that the buyer's all excited.
Yep.
And the buyer's agent's trying to give a discount, but the listing agent already knows that they love the property, so they take advantage of the buyer that way.
You could. This agent, I don't even think their buyers bought this property. He was trying to convince his buyers to buy this property, and it was so good that the sellers were impressed with it. So even though his clients didn't buy it, he got a listing out of it. So that was kind of cool. Another thing I want to talk about, last thing, that PropTex Verify. Varan was talking to us about it. It's the other new single key screening for tenants. One of our agents did it this weekend. It's pretty impressive, I will be honest. She pulled it through. The tenant was very weary about doing it, but his profile was so perfect that it threw everybody off. We were like, no way. But yeah, it had like background checks, had like sex offender like report. I checked the social media, job, employment, everything. So we're going to be having those guys come in and talk to us at the end of November. I think it's I don't know the difference exactly from single key. I don't know have you used both of them?
They don't do, I think this is part of the trap. They don't do a rent guarantee, they only give you the report.
Okay, so single key will do if you hire them for that extra service, single key will do rent guarantee. I think prop techs, verify, they will basically just pull a report on the tenant, which I think is really handy these days. It was like $17. You can pay for it as the agent or the landlord can pay for it. But if you're having a hard time, you've got rental properties and you're really nervous about doing the tenant screening and screwing up, you're just doing your own Google search, I would recommend doing the $17 and then get the tenant to do that so that at least you're showing it's pretty impressive actually to send that report to your landlord to show them that you did the screen, and then you guys can make a more educated decision because there's a lot of fraud happening. I think a lot of us send it to you, San. How many do you see a week probably?
4 or 5.
Like 4 or 5 fraud like reports, which is wild. So
Not to scare anybody, but we're in the middle of a lawsuit right now where the landlord is suing us because we put a tenant in their house.
So you can get sued if you encouraged them.
And the questions that the lawyers are asking us is, what did you guys do to vet the
tenant? So a quick Google search is nice, but this one goes way more in depth, especially if you guys can't read. It is so easy for tenants to really screw with the credit scores. They just change one little font or something like that. It's really hard to really search
Especially
it.
with AI today.
Yeah.
Don't they just load it up and do funny things?
Yeah, you can even load up it onto AI and say, is there anything weird about this document too? And I think it might even flag it there. But so we'll bring those guys in so you guys can learn a little bit more about their company. That's all I've got. I think prop techs verify. They'll come. I think they're coming in person actually. That's all I got.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Anybody want to talk about any properties? Yep.
Still have a fourplex in the beaches. It's listed at $3.3 million. We've got 4 really nice 2-bedroom units in it. There is some wiggle room on price, obviously. But it's like 5 houses up from the beach, beautiful 4 full units in it.
Is it all tenanted?
Sorry?
Is it tenanted?
3 units are tenanted. One is lived in by one of the tenants, so it'll be vacant.
So 4-plex or 3-plex?
4.
It's 4-plex.
It looks like 2 semis.
So one of those classic old things you see in the beaches, like the old 1950s or something, or it is?
Overlooking the water?
1940s built, yeah.
1940s, yeah.
Overlooking the water?
It's not overlooking the water now, but you're 30-second walk to the beach.
It's kind of cool.
So it's south of Queen, between the lake and Queen, right? What street again?
Scarborough Beach Boulevard.
Scarborough Beach. Okay. Next to Scarborough Beach. Anybody else?
It's not about the listing, but I was just wondering, is there a possibility we can do an AI course for the agent?
Yep.
Like how to navigate your own website or yourself in AI?
Yeah, like.
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you like? Do you want just Chat GPT AI? What kind of AI?
We attend this PICRA event, which is Iranian real estate association.
Mm-hmm.
They brought this gentleman from Century 21.
Oh, I know him. Ron.
Ron, yeah.
Yeah, we've heard Ron speak many times.
I missed that seminar myself.
Yeah.
But apparently it was really good.
That was really good, actually.
Yeah.
So these AI sessions are really good. He's going to tell you guys all the different AIs. They don't show you how to do the AI, though. So if you guys are looking for a how-to course, that's a whole other thing. But if you just want to learn about AI, for sure, I could probably call Ron, to be honest, and bring him in.
He offers a course as well.
Yeah, so he probably might sell something on the side, but he doesn't do the AI. He just talks about it.
He does tell you the websites that he uses.
Yeah.
He's done presentations. He's done presentations where he speaks English and he has AI converted to Parsi or something.
Yeah.
And he's talking in different languages. So that's all ChatGPT. But he just tells you what you can do, what all the different platforms will do, but he doesn't tell you how to.
So would you want a how-to? Oh.
You're not going to have.
I think he's just a trainer.
Yeah.
The course, any AI courses, there would have to be like a 5-week course to talk about that one thing. It's not going to be a
lot of the tools.
Is it 5 weeks? Like, is a long course?
Okay, so maybe he sells a course afterwards. So yeah, we could bring Ron in. We're really close with him actually.
What I'm waiting for myself is waiting for something off the shelf that you guys can use.
Yeah.
So right now I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, energy trying to develop something that someone else is going to be doing and just get it off the shelf because there's so many things going on. There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
It's like web pages. We had web pages originally. Everybody would do a web page on their own, develop the web page themselves, do it themselves, and then rather than just buying it off the shelf. But now, does anybody develop web pages anymore? No. You guys just buy it off somebody, right?
Yeah, we used to be on like WordPress and doing our own stuff, right?
So this is the idea. So I'm waiting for somebody to come up with some kind of tool that's be able to do
But I mean, the fact that you can actually type in, let's say, top real estate agent around me in Richmond Hill.
Yeah.
Then how your name comes up, like to do that, what to do to your other websites or Instagram or social media to get to that level. That's what.
Yeah, I've heard of that stuff. If you Google yourself on ChatGPT.
I did.
And it'll tell you if you're doing a good job. And I think it has to do with like multi-channel marketing. If you're on your website and you're writing specific key terms about yourself on your website or on your social media pages, when someone goes to look up top agent in Richmond Hill, you almost want to have top agent in Richmond Hill in your website somewhere so that when someone does a search like that, it'll pop up on ChatGPT for you. So we could bring in probably someone that can talk about that stuff.
Actually, even on AI, but I've been using ChatGPT for virtual staging, but I've noticed.
No, Gemini is way better.
Is way better.
I
if
was
anyone's
gonna
doing
say
virtual
that.
staging, try Gemini. It's fantastic. Like, really
We
good.
use those photos in our MLS.
You have to
You gotta
state
say.
that they're virtually staged, but yeah, I use Gemini because I was about to do Bella staging. I saw it on the WhatsApp group. I was gonna say it, but you can go to Gemini, upload your listing photo, especially if it's vacant, and say, virtually stage this, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it will move the room a little way, so you have to say, like, use this exact photo and stage it, and it's pretty good, actually.
Well, so I
And
was
it's
trying to do
quick.
the backyard, and for some reason they removed ChatGPT
removed
the
something.
bay window. Well, this is stupid. And then so I tried it on Gemini, and one shot, like everything was done properly. I just wanted it to remove the barbecue and like this random chair.
Yeah. Gemini will do it, and I think it puts a Gemini logo in there, so you can tell that it was virtually staged.
Just for people at home, Gemini is your Google, right?
It's like ChatGPT, but for Google.
Cool, yeah.
And it comes up on your Google searches automatically.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I know going years ago, again, things may have changed, but I know that when we came up with web pages, everybody would Google their name. Not to see what other people see, but just to see what shows up, and you Google your name, right? And then we had to remind everybody that strangers aren't going to Google your name to find out where you're good. They're going to Google the neighborhood. They're going to
Kind of like what you're saying. Yeah.
They're going to Google the school, or they're going to Google, and then hopefully your name comes up that way.
Yeah.
Just not your name. So
Yeah. So Ron might be a good one for our in-person stuff. I wouldn't bring him for a regular webinar, but I would bring him for like an actual in-person type of training session, probably. Cool.
Done. Next week we're
here. No holidays for
till
a while.
till December.
Yeah.
I gotta go put up my Christmas tree. No?
Claire probably already did
fine.
his.
Mine's up already.
Claire's already done his. All right, we'll see you next week.
Hey guys, thanks a lot.